Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours. And welcome to another scene for the werewolf venue of Darkness in Dublin. So, I would say perhaps mid afternoon, maybe, about 2 p.m. Um, it's a rather nice day outside. And Celeste is where she normally is. She's sitting on her rock, reading a book, listening to her music. Um, and she's kind of just looking around for anybody she recognizes. Um, just waiting there, looking up every so often from her book, sipping her tea like she normally does, 'cause that's her thing. When all of a sudden, who walks by first?
There we go, quiet baby. Now I can actually do something. Maeve would walk by. She's got her nose in a book as she's walking, not particularly paying attention to where she's going. She does this quite often, and it generally ends very poorly for her, but she doesn't learn very quickly when it comes to that, it seems.
So in that case, Celeste will be like, Maeve, rock, rock, there's a rock. Be careful,
And,
don't,
and,
don't.
and right into the rock she goes, oh, shit, shit. Oh, that's a rock. Okay. God, I
Yeah, and
really
Celeste,
should stop doing that.
yeah, probably. I found that if you sit down somewhere and read a book, that isn't likely to happen to you.
I'm just a bit clumsy anyway.
um, she's gonna see what book you're reading,
It
and
is a textbook.
she's gonna climb down off of her rock, and it's a really big rock. Probably like a size of a boulder, maybe, but she's super comfy up there. And she's actually reading a medical textbook as well. Um, and she'll walk over to you and give you a hug.
She'll smile and return the hug.
So what you reading?
She would, hold up her rather large anatomy textbook.
Oh, that's cool. And she'll actually show you that she's reading a book on obstetrics.
Ah, a similar field, not quite the same.
Yeah, I graduated this year, so
I've got another year, so
oh, what are you what are you studying?
and therein lies the problem. I'm
What problem?
torn between being a surgeon and and being a pediatrician.
Hmm. Why not a pediatric surgeon? That
I
way you've
hadn't
got
even thought of that.
that way you've got the best of both worlds there.
I am so sorry.
That's okay.
I hadn't even thought of that. It's actually a good idea.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Please
goodness.
hush. I get that you're happy, baby, but please be quiet.
Mm. Have you uh have you been to see the Metis baby again?
A couple of times. I can't help myself. She's so darn sweet.
How's she doing?
She seems to be doing all right.
Good. I'm really glad to hear that.
She's
She's
incredibly
so
smart.
she's so stinking cute.
Definitely agree there.
Yeah. Of course she's smart. Mm, But yeah, I heard that you do a good job of taking care of the kids with my mom.
I try.
I'm sure she appreciates the help. I try and go there when I can, but
And then I
oh,
help with the cubs when, I need to make sure they're not burning anything down.
oh God. Yeah, I've been
Which, when you get, you know, Pounce, Fries, and Callum together, it's
I've
something bad's
only
bound to happen.
I mean, I've only really met them in passing, so I can't really be a judge for whether or not they're going to burn something down. Um, but yeah, I've been helping your brother with some with some of the spirits on Sept, and he taught me how to make talons.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
It is kind of his job.
yeah, and it was I seem to have a knack for it, which is refreshing
Well,
and
good.
a bit reassuring. And she gives a bit of a soft chuckle and a nervous smile, like she's not as sure of herself as she probably should be.
I'm sure you're doing fine.
But yeah, is there anybody else you could introduce to me on Sept? I haven't really met many people here yet.
Yeah, we can go meet a couple of people.
Sure. Let me just grab my bag and we can go.
She'll tuck the textbook away in her bag that she carries around with her.
Okay. And she has a like a shoulder bag or like
Like a messenger
what?
style bag.
Yeah, like a messenger style bag that
Yep.
it's leather. She goes over and she kind of stuffs the book back into it, and she's like, "Let's go."
Away we go. So, who do we run into first? Joshua or Petra?
Um, I don't know. Evan, you want to say both? Is Evan even truly here? Oh, he's just watching. Well,
Okay,
then it's just Petra.
good. Means
And
he won't find out about, last night's little mishap.
I mishap. Call it that. I call it more of a experimentation to see how much Ragabash can fuck with somebody else, while at the same time delivering good life advice. But to that note, with it just being Petra, they'll probably find Petra currently um, at
Is
the
she
chin-up
tanning in
bar.
my garden again?
Ooh, not tanning. Okay. The tanning was a terrible idea. She healed way too quickly. She didn't. So they find Mabel probably catch Petra with her legs over the chin-up bars at like the little training area. She's currently doing. Looks like she's currently just kind of hanging there, arms sort of hanging overhead. Looks like she's stretching slightly, pointing her fingertips towards the ground.
That makes
Kestrel,
Cel-
what are you doing?
Celeste look a bit quizzical.
I am stretching.
Hmm. She kind of leans down as far as she can to try and, look her eye to eye.
Petra's eyes are currently closed, and she takes a few breaths, and she reaches behind her and pulling off of a little rig on her back, she pulls out a short bow and an arrow, and then opens her eyes and just kind of gestures you with her head to kind of stand aside.
Nathan, move out of the way.
And let's see what happens here. Yeah, so she draws back a bowstring while inverted and gets 2 successes because it should have been a difficulty 7, not a difficulty 6. And sends the arrow across the training ground into a target. Maybe not dead center, but definitely within the yellow or the red rings. But there's that and that sound of the arrow impacting. And then she will crunch up, grab the bar with her arms, and then flip over before landing onto the ground. Come back for more. I knew you couldn't resist.
And her face just goes bright red. Can we not talk about that?
Talk about
I
what?
mean,
So Petra will see a blue-haired, I guess, Hispanic-looking woman standing there. She's wearing a floral dress with a cardigan over it, and she's got probably leggings or tights on underneath it. She's wearing a hat and boots with wool socks because she always wears boots with wool socks. She gets cold feet. Um, and she's wearing some makeup a little bit. Um, and she's got a book bag um over her left shoulder.
okay. Well, as you stand there, the individual you see in front of you is tall-ish, somewhere between like 5'6" and 5'9".
Oh wow. Okay.
Somewhat thin and lanky, waifish in many regards. Um, kind of has a bit of a bizarre quality to her overall looks, but is otherwise attractive. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks you over and narrows her eyes.
Kestrel,
Who are
this
you?
is Celeste.
She tilts her head a little bit.
She's Dazzle's kid.
Huh.
Um, Bailey's twin.
You know Bailey, right?
Do you know Bailey? I think you do.
And face goes red. And she is looking down at the ground.
Um, but yes.
No comment.
Celeste Gonzalez, deeded Spirit of Thunder. Shadow Lord Theurge, Clea. Pleasure. And you are Kestrel, I take it?
Kestrel of the Children of Pegasus, born on 2 legs and under the grace of a new moon.
I see. Wow. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine.
I met this one while she was tanning in the garden yesterday.
Celeste will look at Maeve and she'll just say, "There's something wrong with tanning in the garden, is there?"
Well, I'm trying to weed it. There is.
You could just ask her to find a different spot.
She asked me to work around her instead.
Oh,
I was
well.
comfortable.
I think that was pretty clear.
I mean, comfortable or not, I'm sure there are other comfy spots in the garden.
I'm sure there are, but the one I had found was particularly nice. Nicer than most. And
Mm, okay.
I wasn't about to leave it.
Okay. Well, I guess I can't blame you there. She's gonna um walk over and she's actually gonna climb up. She's gonna put her book bag down in the ground. And she's gonna climb up on top of the. Is it like monkey bars?
It's like those chin up bars that you'll find like along like a fitness trail or whatever, where they've got like, these preset like exercise stations.
Okay. Um,
So
she's actually gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
there's like one there, there's several different varying heights, like a set of three.
Mm-hmm.
One's like, 5 feet off the ground, one's like 7, the other one's like 10.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna actually climb up on top of the one that's 5 feet, and she's gonna sit down on top of it. Like she grabs it and like pulls herself up on top of it.
So Dazzles has a kid.
Dazzles has two
Dazzles has
children.
2 kids. Her and
A
Bailey.
Yep. I'm the oldest, so
Well, considering that Bailey looks like a schoolboy,
she looks
He
she
does
raises
not.
she raises an eyebrow and the look on her face is like, "Excuse me?"
he looks extremely young.
Well, saying he looks like a schoolboy kind of is indicative of hmm, something he is not. But yes, he does
I'm
look
not
very young.
sure I follow, but okay.
Uh-huh. It's okay. No harm, no foul. You'll actually notice that she seems to have a very protective nature over her brother. So,
I had noticed.
And all of a sudden, the conversation gets interrupted because Maeve is covered underneath a pile of fur, paws, ears, tail, and a tongue that's licking her.
Maeve would yelp at first, and then, upon realizing it's Pounce, it's like, oh, okay, Pounce, thank you for the kisses, but you can get off me now.
I love the sound the kid is making with it.
Right. He's been particularly noisy today, so.
and this is
This is Pounce. She's one of our cubs.
oh, I think I know her. She'll jump down off of um the training bar and she'll um uh kind of kneel down a little bit and she'll motion for uh to like stick her hand out to see if Pounce will come over to her.
Yeah, Pounce will come and inspect the new person.
She smells very floral, probably like lavender.
She also smells like Shadow Lord.
And she also smells like Shadow Lord because she's got pure breed 4. You'll actually notice that when do you touch her at all, or do you just sniff her?
No, that's just a sniffing, and then probably the rolling over because she's gonna assume that you're a Garou and that you are at least a Cleath. So roll over and flop the belly.
She'll pet your belly. You'll
Oh.
actually something that might because Lindsay and I talked about this, but there's a little bit of a static surge when she touches you. Nothing serious, but like when like get clothes out of the dryer and they're static.
Okay. The bounce will, like, her tail will quickly kind of indicate, like, go towards her belly, indicate, like, what was that? And she seems to be a
I
bit more on edge, so she'll roll around.
she just looks at you and she just says, "It's okay. It's just a kind of just a Shadow Lord thing that I happen to have."
Hello.
Is she she'll scratch you behind the ears a little bit.
Tail flops.
Hmm.
Whack,
Maeve
whack,
would pull some cooked bacon out of her bag and hand it to Pounce.
whack. Bacon. Sorry, attention is grabbed by the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're the only reason I keep that in my bag.
I don't actually know. I don't know if you've ever asked this, but I don't think Info can hear Lupus, so Pounce will just,
No, they can't.
Pounce will slowly shift into homage. She doesn't exactly like it, but it's for the kinfolk that brought bacon. So, it's fine, yo. uh, and yeah, she'll look at Maeve and says, Yes, bacon is good. Thank you." She's learned how to say thanks now. She's improving.
Hey, you're getting better.
Yes, but humans, homid, are. It takes a long time to explain in for a human to get it, and that is sometimes difficult because long talking is just annoying, and less talking would be better.
Hmm.
She will say this and starts nomming on the bacon.
I completely understand, Pounce.
Yes. Kind of with her mouth full, she'll look at new person for her. It's like, I don't know you.
Do you know Bailey?
Yes, she's also like a raven like me, but he has normal ravens and I have three ravens as friends.
Bailey is my twin brother.
I thought he smelled like him,
Mm-hmm.
but you also smell like flowers. I don't know why. If you rolled in flowers lately,
I
have you
rolled.
rolled in flowers lately?
No, but I make oil perfumes.
I don't know what that is.
It makes you smell good.
I already smell good. She will actually lift like her arm to smell underneath her armpit. That probably does not smell good to any human standard. She's just like, no,
Maeve
I
kind of
smell good.
wrinkles her nose just a little bit.
Huh. And she actually she's gonna look
Celeste,
at,
this is Pounce.
like, nice to meet you, Pounce. But yes, I'm Dazzle's daughter. Um, I'm deeded Spirit of Thunder. Shadow Lord Thayer Clea.
Nice to meet you. I
Nice to
am
meet you too.
Pounce, Cub, the Urge, uh, Lupus.
Ah, I see. Born on two legs, and she motions to herself.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
I see. So you're a Thayerge, are you?
Yes.
Hmm. Well, it'll be nice to be able to work with you soon.
My friends are already dead. I don't know if I can work with other spirits because they might be afraid because all my friends died.
I heard about that. Bailey told me that his friends died too.
He likes the ravens. My
Yeah, he
friends
does.
are the dream ravens.
Yeah.
They are different.
Oh, well, very different, but still very similar, I imagine. Ravens are ravens. Birds of a feather.
No, no, they are different.
Okay. Hmm.
Dream ravens is part of what they say is Chimera's brood.
That doesn't really mean anything to her. What is that?
Chimera a is the totem of uh uh another tribe. I don't know which one anymore.
Okay.
And each totem spirit has, as she's trying to remember the lessons that she got,
Hmm.
has different spirits working for them. Yes. And the dream ravens, the Wenoyakone, are part of Chimera's brood.
Hmm.
Ravens are not.
You have to tell me more about that sometime. I'm still learning from Maeve's brother, who's the keeper of the land, and my uncle. So
I am also learning. Mm,
I-
I
I'd also appreciate it if you would share your wisdom with me.
what wisdom?
Any
Oh,
wisdom that you have.
fries is nice when you put them in milkshake.
I do remember that.
That is good wisdom.
That is good wisdom.
What about some actual wisdom
And she'll
that doesn't have to do with material and edible goods, but more along the lines of what you've learned of being a garu?
Walking on two legs is annoying. It is getting easier, but I miss my tail. And I don't see how you can keep standing up. Every wind kind of throws you away. It's easier on four legs and lower to the ground.
Celeste will just say, standing on two legs is easy. Just look.
No.
And she like rocks back and forth on her feet.
I think it's easy for us because it's all we really know.
Pouncil, the moment that she kind of that Celeste is like leaning back and forth, the moment she's leaning back, Pounce will just push her.
She pushes Celeste
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Oh
And then
boy.
she'll just kind of look down and says, that would not have happened if you were on four legs.
Hmm. Well,
Or not as easy.
you can still fall when you're on four legs just as easily as you can fall when you're on two.
Not as easy.
Hmm. Well, it's what I know best.
And of course, some of us don't have much of a choice.
Celeste will look at Maeve and say, "That's true."
Why is your hair strange? She'll look at Maeve.
Because I colored it. I was getting bored with the red.
Why?
Because humans and those born of humans have a need to express themselves in a way that makes sense for them.
Celeste will just point a finger at Petra, like, "You're right."
Pounds is
Haven't
just sort
you?
of blinking her eyes and her mouth is actually hanging open like, I don't get this.
Okay, so Pounce.
It's okay, Pounce.
Normally, normally you would express yourself through body language, right?
Yes.
Now, generally speaking, the only real ways of expression for a wolf are kind of basic. You convey your emotions, your feelings, right? You howl when
Yes.
you're sad, your ears go back when you're scared or angry. You bare your teeth as a warning because you don't necessarily want to fight, but you are willing to fight, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Are,
humans,
are you saying that a human expresses how they want to fight through the color of their hair?
no, but a human expresses themselves on a little bit more of a complicated spectrum or a way of with more subtle motivations.
With
Like you
humans,
notice how
it's
none
always
of us.
complicated.
Well, that's because I mean you know that your lupus brethren that are not your kin or wolves that are just wolves don't have much in the way outside of instinct and basic emotions, right? Your life is
That
fairly
is,
simple,
yes, that is easier. That is
right?
more logic.
But you found as you've grown more intelligent in sort of a human way, as you gain the ability to think outside the box, so to speak.
A wolf always thinks outside the box. We do not like boxes.
It's a term of, it's a figure of speech, Pounce. I know you're getting familiar with them, but you understand the idea of conventional, correct?
What is normal?
Right. So a normal way of thinking is the way that most people would think. When you think outside the box, you're thinking in unconventional ways, new and inventive.
Creative.
Right. Humans
Oh,
express themselves through creativity or through individualized
s-
means. Like you notice
so
that none
what
of
do
us
you
are wearing
express? Mm, sorry,
what
Raya. Go on.
it's okay. How do I express myself?
Oh,
Well, I don't
this ought to be good.
well, I don't normally color my hair, but I have on occasion. Um
You'd look good with
I like
green.
yeah.
As blonde as
I like
yours
to
is,
write
it'd be easy.
I like to write. I like to tell stories.
Hmm.
I like, I like to take stories and write them down on paper so other people can enjoy them,
Are you
even
a
when I'm not there.
Galliard?
No, I'm not. It's more of a hobby. Has anyone ever talked to you about hobbies?
It's like
No.
it's like something that you like to do when you're not doing anything else. When you don't have work or responsibilities.
I
Like
don't understand.
It's
okay,
an interest that you have that doesn't isn't required in your normal day-to-day life, whether it's the basics of surviving, eating, bathing, scratching,
eating.
So
track,
to
or
be
in the way
more.
it's for your
Sorry,
own
Raya.
enjoyment. It's for your own enjoyment. It doesn't have to do with your basic day-to-day living or any duties or responsibilities you might have. It's something you
So
do strictly for you.
mhm.
So do all humans have hobbies?
Some yes, some no. Some more than others. I am Garu, but I don't. But I also have hobbies. I like to read. I like to listen to music. Um, I like stargazing. Um, I like to make perfume. I like to cook. I make really good pancakes. Um, I like um I like going swimming. I like hiking. Those are all hobbies. You like listening to music, Pounce?
That is when Joshua plays the violin, which is howling but on wood, and it makes a horrible sound like the wood is crying.
Yes, that's a type of music. That's called an instrument. There's several different kinds of
He's
instruments.
quite good.
Celeste is actually she's gonna pull her phone out and she's gonna unattach her headphones and she's gonna pull up a song and play it on her phone for Pounce because she's got music on her phone.
She can't
See,
physically put her ears flat, but she's trying.
it's okay. It's just a cell phone.
How does it howl?
Um, Electronics. It's like think of it as trying to figure out how to explain the fact that she puts music files on her phone. Um, hmm. So it's like there's a little brain kind of that stores memory on my phone, and so the songs are the memory, and I just press some buttons, and she'll show Pout on her phone how it works. Um, and so if I press this button, and she'll press the play and the pause button, it either starts or stops.
Yeah, I think this is going a step beyond what Pounce can accept. She's just gonna look at it and stare at it and sniff at it, and it doesn't have a smell, and it does
It's
things, and
it's
it's not alive, and
it's it's
her.
it smells like
I would put
Celeste.
your phone away before she breaks it.
Yeah.
Oh
There's
no,
a
if she breaks it, there'll be consequences, and she fucking knows it.
um
Don't
Celeste
you?
actually uh gets a ping on her phone and she it's okay. Somebody's just talked.
Maeve would
Somebody
take reach out and take Pounce's hand. It's okay.
I actually have to go. I think Bailey needs me for something. But I will see you guys later. It was nice meeting you, Pounce, and I hope we can talk more soon.
Yes, but not with that.
That's okay. You don't have to see the phone again. And anyways, I will see you guys later because I have to be up early.
See you later, dear.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
I...
So Petra looks at Pounce and kind of scrunches her nose a bit. You need to start getting over your phobias of human objects.
That thing looks like the thing that they used when I was in the metal box that was like car but bigger.
Yeah, human world is full of scary things that are not pleasant for those of nature. But if you literally growl at every phone you see, you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb, kid.
She's getting a lot better.
She needs to get a lot better. Don't want to see you out there. Anyone trying to accuse you of breaking or rending the veil because get afraid or scared or whatever the case may be, you know?
I don't like human things.
You like bacon?
Yes, but bacon comes from pig.
Bacon does come from a pig, but it doesn't taste like the bacon that you have. that you have been eating normally. It's certainly not cooked out naturally.
This only thing that is cooked that is nice. And pizza.
Definitely not from nature.
But it does not smell like elec-
Electricity.
yes.
Well,
Electricity tronics.
Electronics.
electricity
That.
is what powers electronics. Electronics are the objects.
Electronics are objects that hurt people
No,
and that
not all of
hurt
them.
you and that they stab you with. And
Not all electronics are bad, Pounce. We use plenty of electronics to save lives, to help heal.
then I want to see those.
Can you handle looking at a phone for 5 minutes?
I can handle everything.
I know, you're kind of growling just a little bit ago. And she finds a place to sit down and pulls out her phone.
Pounce will pointedly stare at it.
And Petra will bring up a video of what's a good one that's not too crazy.
Pacemaker?
No, I think that's a little bit over her head.
True.
She'll show a one of the Magellan or whatever they're called. You know, the microsurgery robots.
I mean, that might also be a little over her head, but
I think it's a little bit easier than this goes in and makes your heart work, as opposed to this helps us remove or helps us heal wounds and get into stuff. But she basically shows a video of a surgery being done where they remove
Oh
a
God.
cyst.
Oh boy. Do I need to roll for surgery stuff? Fuck. Let me look up what my triggers are. I don't think that has surgery with it, but you know.
Temptation to show her a puppy farming kennel.
Oh
No.
God.
no.
I don't have any triggers standing. That's silly.
Yeah. Puppy mills trigger me out of character.
Hard same.
I'll just
But
roll and then not have the most violent reaction ever.
Arya doesn't like puppy mills either.
Oh wow, I
I'm
failed.
guessing that's the dog.
So as Pound sees that, she'll just, jolt backwards like 5 meters. Vroom.
Really?
Landing sort of on her ass.
Really? It's an image on a screen.
That might have been a bit bloody.
We literally tear people apart with our bare hands. She'll look back at Pounce. Get back over here, cub.
No.
Maeve's gonna go sit on the ground next to Pounce.
Cub and Petra stands up at this point.
Shaking. No.
And she's just gonna pull Pounce into a hug.
Oh God, such mixed messages.
Like, why do you restrain me, woman?
Petra's going to start walking up on Pounce.
Pounce is scrambling backwards, away from the hug and away from Petra.
Have you lost your fucking little mind, cub? Araya has asked you to do something, has told you to do something, and you refuse?
I don't want to. She seems to be
You know,
wrestling with it, so like, because
Clearly
yes,
scared.
I wasn't asking your opinion. She'll turn back to Pounce, and she's gonna get up to where Pounce is and grab her by the coif.
oh god. I'm gonna ask the only ST that's here. I failed my derangement roll.
Oh dear.
I'm a little lost at what to do at this point.
Want me
Give
to
me 2
DM
seconds.
Lindsay?
I mean, I don't want to bother her with it per se.
Here we are in familiar territory, Saskia.
Oh
Sorry,
god, yes.
I had to move room. Right, what's the derangement?
Hypnopompic hallucinations. So I
Oh,
think at
sweet
this.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I think at this point, Pounce does not really recognize Petra as as Petra.
Yeah. Yeah. You have basically. I'm not gonna say what you see because once again, hashtag not my venue.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you fail the roll, your derangement kicks in.
I can also just throw it
Um,
on Twisted Upbringing, but yeah, same shit.
Well,
yeah,
the
your
what set it off was the phone, right?
Yeah, specifically the surgery performed on the phone, because Pounce has been in situations where she's seen these surgeries, only they were not good.
okay. Yeah. Petra is Petra is holding the source of your terror, which is kind
Hmm.
of becoming more terrifying. Basically, your mind is taking what you've seen, twisting it and turning it. It's basically making it into not necessarily a threat, but something that you're actively afraid of. Role play accordingly.
Yeah. What Pounce will do as Petra is grabbing her by the cuff of her jacket, probably. Pounce is just gonna wrestle out of the jacket and get away.
Okay. Because we are wolfy people,
Hmm.
I'm gonna roll it. I don't have enough to flip out, so that's a nice thing.
I'm just
But
gonna
I can
sit over
sure
here.
look angry.
I'm just gonna sit over here with my rage, not judging nobody. Nope.
Oh no! Actually, Petra's cool as a fucking cucumber. She looks more annoyed than angry, and as she's holding the jacket out, she's gonna look at Pounce. You know, if you don't start to straighten up, you're never gonna amount to anything in this fucking nation. Get over yourself, dog.
Taking a rage for that.
She's trying to play your punk card.
Oh yeah. I
Well,
mean,
you're
calling her a
still
dog.
actively terrified. Whether you're listening or not is a
Hmm.
completely non sequitur. There is something terrifying in front of you.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
yeah. She's not gonna come over, but she will still take a rage from being called a dog.
Petra will take the
Actually,
jacket and
fuck it.
wrap it
She'll
around her
shift back
waist.
into lupus. Yep, she's gonna turn back into lupus because more comfortable.
Until you can actually Get your act together. This is mine. She holds up the jacket.
I mean, Pounce probably be hiding behind Maeve at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, a wild Joshua will bimble along the road. He's playing his violin
Oh, for fuck's sake.
because I'm totally the minstrel who walks around playing his violin.
Upon hearing that,
Upon
the bard has arrived.
oh, continue.
She shouts it loud enough that Joshua can hear that for wherever he is on his approach. The bard is arriving. I can hear him. Oh.
Oh, he dropped.
Just dropped from me. It's a controller. Okay, we're good.
I mean,
I have to say, I relogged just so I can say a bard arrives. It's precisely when he means to. But he stops playing the violin and he puts it in the case. But his eyebrow kind of flicks up at the cowering wolf behind his partner, and he's just like, "What's going on here then?"
Someone's having a bit of an issue today. Finding the intestinal fortitude to be able to function.
Maeve just kind of narrows her eyes and, turns to Pounce and kind of just starts scratching her behind the ear.
And you're not helping. Don't coddle her.
She was clearly terrified.
Joshua. Right. So, when you say intestinal fortitude, what exactly do you mean?
She wanted to see machines that help people, that help heal people, that don't hurt people. Tried to show her that, and she scampered off. Catch her across his arm.
Right. Pounce, come here. He puts on the "I'm authoritative" Joshua voice.
Pounce will, because scratches are good and they help somewhat, and Joshua is not doesn't hold a scary thing that shows bad pictures. She'll just on her belly, very low, tail tucked behind or underneath her, and her ears kind of flat. She'll just very slowly scamper up towards Joshua.
All right. Hamid, now, thank you.
She'll actually, before she does that, she'll glance over to where Petra is. But okay, she'll go in Hamid, and she's still on the ground, by the way, and like on her hand and feet, and she doesn't wear the jacket because Petra is holding it. She probably has a shirt underneath it though.
So, right, Joshua takes out his own phone, but there's nothing on the screen.
She shudders, but she's not necessarily doing anything.
He then puts the phone down on the ground, and he walks over. And he picks up a rock, and he walks back, and he puts the rock in Pounce's hand. He says, "Smash it." Go on.
Yes, Raya. She'll take the rock and, smash it.
At which point, after you've hit it like 3 or 4 times, he picks it up and he kind of shows the fact that it's splintered, it's broken, it's absolutely no harm. And he says, ultimately, these are just little devices that show you things. The things on the screen can't hurt you. Now, what they represent is different, but this is a picture. It's just a moving picture. It can't hurt you. He snaps the phone in two, which is pretty easy with his strength. He just kind of what's remaining of it, he just kind of flicks it onto the ground. Also, hashtag when you've got resources for and don't care about the fact you just minced a new iPhone. But he says, ultimately, you've got to understand, if you freak the fuck out every time we take you off the set, when you see a television, or when you see when you see a television, or if you go to the or if you see a computer screen, you're going to be a danger. You're going to be a liability. Do you understand?
Yes, I am.
Right?
And when you don't follow the directions of those over you,
I see. He looks at her and says, "Did you disobey Petra?"
She will actually, kind of jumps and actually takes a step away when Petra speaks, and then looks back at Joshua and lowers her head. Yes, Raya.
All right, you're going to go and you're going to give a very. He won't use the word contrite, but it's the word that immediately came to mind because I don't think you'd understand. I don't think parents would understand the word contrite.
But she
A
understands the
very
right of contrition because she's been taught
ah.
that.
In that case, no, he'll say you'll go and give her a very sincere apology. I assume, Petra, that you'll accept an apology from the cub.
Petra just gives kind of a simple nod. Yeah.
He doesn't like what he does is he kind of puts a hand on her shoulder and just kind of nudges her forward. Like he doesn't make much physical contact. It's just like a nudge.
Yeah, she jumps forward as he nudges her. Will just take a few steps, then slows down again. And in Hamid will lower herself to the ground until she's like basically completely flat, and will start, getting forward on her knees and her elbows, keeping her belly as low as possible, keeping her head as low as possible, looking very apologetic. I am sorry for disobeying you, Petra Raya. I will get you fish, if you like fish.
Petra is going to unfold her arms, crouch down. She's going to take her hand and put it on the back of Pounce's neck and push her head to the ground.
Oh God, you keep touching her. Okay.
I know.
There's a growl, and there is a. I'm just gonna make a willpower to see if she can restrain herself from actually, moving backwards.
But the growl is definitely going to receive a
10
snarl.
successes. She remains the way she is.
So yeah, there's the growl from Pounce. Petra snarls at her and puts her head down by Pounce's ear and kind of whispers to her, "I'm not one who's much for chain of command for those that are directly under me. You know that. But if you ever pull that kind of shit on someone who does seriously have a problem with insubordination, they'll fucking throat you. Stop being stupid. Learn from your mistake, and that's contrition enough." And she'll push down a little bit harder for a few seconds and then let her go and stand up.
Pounce will, move back towards Joshua and look up. She did not accept my contrition, Raya.
Looks at Petra.
Don't twist my words, cub. I said learn from your mistake, and that will be contrition enough.
Your contrition has been received and has been accepted. Just try to do better.
Yes, Raya.
He looks at Petra and he says, "The cubs that we have, I swear to Gaia that they're going to give me grey hair, or causing me to lose my something to do with my hair. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
His hair's already kind of a shade of gray, or silver at least.
Eh, eh,
Eh.
eh.
By the way, I hear that there are congratulations in order.
Oh,
I heard someone, I'm not going to mention any names, sort of advanced in their career on set.
Joshua shrugs and he says, "I just told a very good story."
Well, either way, one Garo to another. I'm more than happy and extremely proud to call you Raya.
Thank you, Petra. He kind of he walks over and he's about to sit down. He's about to sit down next to Maeve, but his eyes kind of dart around. He says, "There's quiet. I would almost go so far as to say tranquility. Have Fries and Callum died?"
I don't think so.
Oh,
Can I hope?
no.
You're so mean.
They're so irksome.
They're pups. It's what they're supposed to do.
I'll have you know, I was a model of good behavior when I was a pup. Then again, I lived with the Sept Alpha, and if I wasn't, then I would have a very sad time of life.
The lie detector results came back and determined. And they shall smile and look at Joshua. There is no way in hell you are there is no way at all that you were the model of well behaved as a child.
Mm. He contemplates that for a moment as he sits down beside her and kind of lays back against a tree. He says, "Well, in a manner of speaking, I guess. Well, bear in mind we Fiona value very odd things, so I'll say I'll say, in all honesty, that I was the model of a Fiona child, if that makes sense."
Cantankerous?
I'm not a fucking silver fang.
Petra's. I need to roll my appearance subterfuge on that one. So 4 successes. Anyone who wants to perception empathy at me.
Eh. You know what? Fuck it. Why not? Let's see what the bones decide today, because he does have a really good roll for it, and his tens double.
Dave does not see anything today.
Tell me everything about how you feel with my 10 successes.
Jesus. You definitely. Jesus Christ, Evan.
I was not expecting this.
It's 8 successes, but still, Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I can do math today. My apologies. Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's well over the threshold of 5. But yeah, it's at the threshold of 5 because you would cancel out successes. But yeah, when you say Silverfang, like there's a definite. It's really subtle, and it's only because you have such a sort of a keen eye for it. There's a definite reaction when you say Silverfang as far as Petra is concerned.
Like positive or negative reaction? Like, do you this or anything like that?
It's more of like a brief like oh. Like uncomfortable / guilty /
Okay. He's like, yes, I too have met silver fangs.
By the way, her hair is a different color than it was the last time Joshua saw her.
To be fair, he's kind of just gotten used to the fact that this is a semi-regular occurrence.
True. Then again, her own brother was like, really? Again?
I mean, I'm, you know, I don't know. I just say you look pretty, dear. That's how life works. Otherwise, you hit me, and I can't hit you back.
I mean, it's not like she hits real hard.
No.
She has a whopping 2 strength.
Whopping, you say? But yeah, no. He sits there for a moment and he kind of appears contemplative.
Petra's looking at Joshua, sort of tapping her fingers on her forearms.
You have something to say to me, Petra?
You want to go for a walk? I feel like we should go for a walk.
All right. He steps up. For the record, Pounce, because you have been good, he will remove the bacon from his pocket. There you go.
That's the second bit of bacon she gets today.
Pounce is not really looking.
He will still put down the bacon, but he will walk with Petra. So, what can I do for you?
We gotta talk.
I sense this is not a talk I'm going to enjoy.
Probably not. It has to deal with the M word.
Mm.
Take a breath.
He makes that very same noise. Right? So?
You know, I know how you feel about him. But I've never actually talked to you about it. Those of them that make themselves productive members of our society, what's your view on them?
Look, there's the litany, and I follow the litany. Ultimately, you know, my family, my tribe have a very set stance. I'm not going to fucking kill them if they exist, and if, as you say, they're productive members of the community. But ultimately, they know that they shouldn't be. The fact that they're allowed to live, well, frankly, is the reward for them being productive to the community.
All right. You know, I'm pretty indifferent when it comes to them.
Mm-hmm.
How do you view people that cozy up to them?
Needless to say,
Give them succor, so to speak.
look, as I said, there's the litany for a reason.
Mm-hmm. But I'm interested to know how you feel about it.
How I feel about people who are kind to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, if you're one of us, you know the rules that we follow. Ultimately, how you choose to treat, well, as I said, if they put a toe out of line or if they're not productive, my clan have no hesitation in dealing with them. Or not my clan, my tribe have no hesitation in dealing with them. So whoever wants to be kind to them, that's their business. It won't stop me should it mean that I'm told that, well, this one's got to go down to the lake and is not coming back. Let's put it like that. I won't shed a tear.
Fair enough. But you wouldn't put your ire up against someone who had a differing of opinion.
No, that's their right. I'm not one of those people who think that because I feel something or because my family feels something that it must inherently. This is my opinion. This is our opinion. That does not necessarily mean it is the only opinion. And I might try and change someone's opinion, but I'm not going to judge someone for it.
Petra gives him a friendly smile. And get your word on that?
Yeah, sure.
She offers out a hand.
He shakes.
Well then, Raya, when the opportunity presents itself, I hope you'll remember our little chat.
I sense that there's something that you know, Petra, that you're not telling me.
I do, but it's not my place to tell you.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and he says, as something, he'll say, how would he phrase it? No, actually, he won't. He'll just shrug before he'll turn on his heel and make his way back to the grouping, retaking his place.
As they start to get towards earshot, just before they get there, she'll just say, "I always got your back. You know that."
Ultimately, if we don't have each other's back, then we get eaten all the sooner. And personally, I have no interest in ending up in Nexus Crawler's dinner.
You ever seen one of those things?
Not up close, but not very much closer than I'd like to have been.
It's nasty, non-Euclidean things. They make no sense.
I mean, let's be fair. I'm pretty sure H.P. Lovecraft may have huffed some really interesting mushrooms and seen into the dreaming. Or seen into the Umbra. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Possibly.
You alright, Maeve? He says as he takes his seat next to her again.
I'm fine. Just thinking about things.
Things and stuff and things.
Pretty much.
So, Ryan, are you and her a thing officially?
I mean, we have been for what seems like an incredibly long time.
Fair enough.
He boops the Maeve.
When Petra, asks if they're a thing, Maeve kind of blushes a little bit because things have happened.
Petra stands on an opposite tree, sort of leaning against their arms crossed, smirking, grinning ear to ear.
Wow, Abby. Good God, sorry, being deaf.
Sorry, he is being particularly noisy today. And drooling all over my toes, and that's just weird.
So my dear friend Joshua finally finds someone that he's willing to comport with one-on-one.
He shrugs and he says, well, I like to think it's more the fact that she puts up with me, but hey, c'est la vie.
I don't know. I get the feeling that she's fairly loyal. I'm a very good judge.
Kind of looks over. Yeah, I think so. By the way, what is Pounce doing right now, Saskia?
Sitting, staring at the bacon.
You gonna eat the bacon, Pounce?
Yes, Raya.
What's the matter?
Nothing, Raya.
You know you shouldn't lie.
I just feel strange. I don't know why you said those things and about the cubs and how I feels strange, and I don't understand.
Oh, has no one explained sarcasm to you?
You said that we are disappointments to you, and I don't want to be a bad cub.
You can see he kind of smirks as he leans back and he says, "You're not a bad cub. I was more so saying that you all are a handful. But then again, that's not a bad thing. You have energy. You have life. These are all positive qualities. It just makes you particularly hard to keep up with."
Mm, I can, if you want to, I won't pounce people anymore.
But then what the fuck would we call you?
Me?
Yeah, but you'd be you, but then again, everyone is inherently you. So, no, no, you can keep pouncing people. It's fine. Just don't do it to me.
Yes,
Or Maeve.
I. And
She
her head
already
drops down
failed on that
again.
one.
I don't mind if she pounces me.
See, that's
But
exactly her response. No, she wouldn't cry, but her head definitely droops again because this is exactly how she entered the scene of pouncing Maeve.
that explains why my ice cream had mud on it yesterday.
No, seriously though, you don't. Maybe you need to not encourage her on that. Like, it's fine. But if she did that to somebody else's kinfolk, whew,
Mm. Ultimately, he shrugs physically and he says, "As I said, you're all very young, and particularly Callum has been a struggle. Oh, that boy does not learn. Hmm. Hmm.
have you ever seen Full Metal Jacket, Raya?
Are you insinuating that we need to go full private pile on his ass? Because by a fuck, I'll do it.
I'm thinking it might be the only way we get him to learn.
Right, okay, it's fine. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I got the perfect thing for it. And she goes over to her workout bag, and she pulls out a lovely Louisville Slugger wrapped in barbed wire. A friend of mine made this for me. She swings it back and forth a couple times.
I mean, they have excellent taste in what I will refer to as aeronautic murder.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had a chance to use them on anything living yet, though. Or dead. But I really want to, take a crack at it.
I can understand this perspective.
Well, she'll put the bat back into the bag, and she'll pull the bag up, put it over her shoulder. Pounce. Once I hear that you've turned things around, you have your jacket back. Till then,
Yes,
it stays
Raya.
with me.
Yeah, Joshua. Could we talk?
Yeah, sure. Do I have to move? I'm really
I mean, I suppose not.
Pounce. Time to go for a run. Let's go.
run, Pounce, run.
Oh, it was to me. Sorry, I just heard time to go for a run. I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she will
20 laps
run.
around the pond. Run until you're good and tired.
Pounds will start running. She even starts running in Helmets, not in Lupus.
And Petra will go to a set of picnic tables that's just out of earshot, but not out of eyesight, because Jesus Christ, she's about to do what I think she's about to do.
Yeah,
I
she is.
I do have enough rage to frenzy.
I know.
Do we want Lindsay here just in case?
Nah, it's all Gucci. How
Okay.
if I frenzy, then we'll pause the scene until Lindsay can show up.
Okay.
I mean, we can handle a frenzy, and I believe it's a Theurge moon, so let me just quickly
Plus,
check.
also, you can spend a willpower point to prevent yourself
Yeah.
from going into a frenzy. As long as you don't have 6 successes on a rage roll, you're okay.
Okay.
Up to five, you can resist.
Yeah. 6 is bad. I'll check the moon just to make sure that we're on the good page, you know.
It's a crescent moon still.
Yes, it is? Okay. I thought we did, but I wasn't sure. Crescent moon
It's
is like,
almost
what,
a
diff
gibbous
7?
moon.
That's diff 6
Yeah,
to frenzy.
yeah, it's almost a waxing gibbous, but it's still technically a crescent moon right now.
All right. So he's just kind of sitting there. He says, "Right, what can I do for you?"
So you know how there's the new Baby Metis on Sept, right?
There's that wonderful anime moment of he's just sitting there. The facial expression hasn't changed, but his eyes are saying he's dying on the inside. He did not.
I take it you didn't know.
No, I didn't. So, for the record, he's currently grasping something that may crack ever so slightly. But yeah, no, please continue.
She kind of bites her lip a little bit. I'm and well, I help Dazzles with taking care of the little ones. And because of, well, my particular situation being, you know, studying to be a doctor and all, she's asked me to help take care of the baby.
That, strangely enough, doesn't bother him because it's like, yeah, you're a doctor, it's your job. Or you want to be a doctor, it's your job to take care of the young. So he just kind of says, okay, just do me a favor.
Yes.
Take a shower whenever you come home.
You're rude.
Ah. Hmm.
She's actually quite sweet.
I've got one left. There we go.
Maybe
Look,
shakes her head.
ultimately, they shouldn't be, sweetheart. I mean, it's literally the physical manifestation of two people breaking our most sacred rules. I pity the child for the
Except
fact.
this wasn't
Hmm?
the mom. She didn't. Maeve is choking up and having a really hard time getting this out. The dog forced himself on her. It wasn't her fault.
And now Joshua rolls frenzy.
Oh dear.
What's the difficulty on the frenzy roll?
6 right now.
And you just roll your rage, yes?
Just your rage.
Yeah, but you probably gained one by this conversation. If something really emotionally touches you in like a negative way, you can gain a rage from that. So you, yeah.
Evan,
Mm-hmm.
please tell me that he has 6 rage because he just gained one and not naturally has 6 rage.
No, he naturally has 6 rage.
Dear God.
Fuck a duck!
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you for that. If it helps, his willpower is higher than his rage.
That's good. That's good at least.
I'll roll an additional 1 for the rage he probably gained. Oh, yay! That actually deducts, so he definitely he manages to keep.
Yeah, I just said yeah.
He keeps his composure and he says, "Okay." He stands up. He stands up and he looks down at me and he says, "Do you know do you know who this person is?"
All I know is they're a Get Fenris.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, wonderful! Oh, fucking wonderful! And he just shout like Petro's out of ear range, but I assume she's still in shouting range.
Yeah, she wanted to give them their privacies, but she's watching them, and upon seeing his reaction, she's like leaning to the side and just waving at him, and then kind of like doing the eyes to him, like trying to remind him of the conversation they just had, because she doesn't know that that's the bomb that Maeve just dropped. So
Petra, I'm gonna get a fucking silver knife. You're gonna get your motherfucking bat, and we're gonna go castrate a motherfucker.
oh, for a minute there, I was gonna be like, no, I can't do, but hey, look, he took it a lot better than I thought he would.
Yeah. I ain't told him about the other thing yet.
Petra will walk over.
Yes, she mumbles that under her breath.
Right. I'm gonna go.
So,
and
how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now, Joshua?
well, I've come to terms and to peace with the fact that I am going to end a man's penis.
I was gonna go for life, but that works too. Do me a favor. I want to be able to keep this vision in my collective conscious forever. Can you stay right here while I solidify this in my mind?
Sure.
Petra's gonna take get about 20 yards away for, I guess, 20 meters, we'll say, just for a better frame of reference for our Euro friends. And then she kind of does the whole, like, making a screen with her thumb and 4 fingers. Also, is just the way to kind of test and fuck with her. I made out with Maeve yesterday. Rage shifts the lupus, and boom, it's gone.
At which point you just hear the phrase, "You," and then he will rage shift and he will chase. However, we will leave the scene here for comedic value as he chases you literally all over the set.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Darkness and Devlin's Werewolf venue. See you next time.